and across the globe over the next 30 minutes. At the top of this segment, our top story continues to remain that much anticipated BJP's Sankalp Patra. Ahead of the mega Lok Sabha battle, BJP is all set to release its manifesto today itself. The party will release a Sankalp Patra at party headquarters at around 8:30 a.m. today itself, and Prime Minister Modi and other senior dignitaries are expected to attend the event. BJP manifesto is likely to include promises of welfare and development schemes besides a roadmap for the Viksit Bharat. The day of BJP manifesto release surprisingly coincides with the birth anniversary of Dalit leader and architect of Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Earlier, the BJP had appointed a manifesto committee headed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh that met twice to deliberate on the contents of the manifesto. All right, we have CNN News 18's Aman Sharma first up joining us on the broadcast straight live from the BJP's headquarters. We have CNN News 18's Arun Dhanta also joining us from the same location. Good morning to both of you. Aman, first coming to you, what can be expected from the much anticipated and much waited for big manifesto by the BJP today?
See, Sakshi, the two big highlights which I am being told, one is Modi ka guarantee. So the Modi ka guarantee, whatever BJP promised in 2009, most of those promises have been fulfilled, be it the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir or be it the construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya. So BJP's focus is going to be जो हमने कहा वो हमने किया और जो आगे कह रहे हैं वो भी करेंगे. That will be the Modi ka guarantee and that will be the theme of the entire manifesto, because this election, the 2024 Lok Sabha election, is being fought by the BJP firmly on the face of Mr. Modi and Modi ka guarantee. Second major facet of the manifesto could be the 2047 vision plan, Viksit Bharat plan for 2047. What will be the roadmap towards that developed country, Viksit Bharat, the model which the BJP has been advocating. So Mr. Modi's game plan, Mr. Modi's big ideas, Mr. Modi in the past has said that the next term of my government will also be about very big decisions. So we could get a glimpse in the manifesto on what is on Mr. Modi's mind when it comes to offering to people what is the roadmap to the becoming the third biggest economy in the world by the end of the third term of the Modi government if the BJP is voted to power. All this could find a mention in the manifesto. Other major highlight we are learning could be one nation, one election. So this is also something which featured in the last manifesto, but the BJP was not able to do it in this term. The BJP could say that Mr. Ramnath Kovind, the former president, has submitted a report to the president on one nation, one election, suggesting simultaneous elections of Lok Sabha and the state elections in 2029. The BJP could promise that it will accept that report in its third term and roll out that roadmap for a single election in 2029. That could be one highlight. The Uniform Civil Code, of course, could be another highlight. It was also there in the last manifesto. And since then, one state, BJP ruled state Uttarakhand, has implemented UCC. It'd be interesting to see what BJP says on UCC in this manifesto. This is for sure that will feature in the manifesto, but in what context? Will the BJP say it promises a nationwide rollout, or will they say that the BJP ruled states will implement it in the various states remains to be seen. Other major schemes, I think Lakhpati Didi scheme, which is very close to the Prime Minister's heart, the solar power scheme where every household gets a solar unit in which it can produce its own electricity, even sell the surplus electricity to the government. It's a mega scheme of the government which is just started in the present government. That could also feature in the manifesto on how big that scheme would be. Another big demand from the cadre of the BJP and from the ground, from the people, has been enhancement of the amount in schemes like Ayushman Bharat and PM Kisan Nidhi scheme, because these schemes were launched at the fag end of the first term of the Modi government, and their amounts have remained the same for the last 5 years, and there is demand now from the people on the ground, from the voters, that the medical cover under Ayushman Bharat, which is 5 lakh a year, should be increased or expanded to more people, and the PM Kisan Nidhi, which is about 6,000 rupees a year since the last 5 years, that amount should be increased as the demand. Let's see if the manifesto makes such promises, and for the specific the manifesto, Sakshi, we will wait for an hour before BJP releases the document in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
And the big announcement will be made in a short while from now only. Aman, please stay with us. We've got a full house here. We've got Payal Mehta joining podcast straight from us and Arun podcast straight for. Payal, to you, BJP is known for fulfilling all of the promises from their manifesto in the last 2 terms. What could be
the people of the countries that Jo bola so kiya, and that's the reason Modi guarantee becomes an extremely important focal point, because the Prime Minister often has been saying that you have to be in continuity. The government has to be in continuity for you to be able to have an impact as far as central government schemes etc. is concerned. Which the Viksit Bharat could be something which could be stressed in greater detail. The Prime Minister already has asked his cabinet colleagues to submit a plan for the next 100 days of government and probably come up with a plan for the next 5 years of the Modi government. So that's the kind of focus that has been there. Of course, like Aman was mentioning, that a lot of schemes have done extremely well, and probably the middle class would want to be included. For example, in an Ayushman Bharat Yojana, or probably they would want to see Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana being increased as well. But more than anything else, it is decisive leadership which is done what it calls, even if it means, passing of bills like triple talaq, etc. That is something which is going to be highlighted in a big way. It's going to be more futuristic than, probably being soft. Because remember, the Prime Minister has been extremely critical, Sakshi, of people who've been announcing freebies. He's been against this freebies culture because eventually he feels that it's going to plague the middle class. So let's see what really gets announced. We'll know in a bit from now.
Right. Arunima, now coming to you, since Payal has already mentioned that this manifesto is expected to be more of the futuristic, but some of the very crucial sectors that the manifesto could target are the youth, because Prime Minister has been speaking to a lot of youth and targeting youth, making it the central point of discussion, and the women's sector as well as the farmer sector. What more updates do we have about them being included in the manifesto?
So youth and women will be the focus of Bharatiya Janata Party's election campaign all the way up to June 4th when the results actually come out. It's very clear. The Prime Minister has said this often. His cabinet colleagues have underlined it, including the minister who's heading the manifesto committee, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, senior minister in the cabinet Amit Shah. They've all said that we are looking to build India the third largest economy in the world. How are we planning to do that? What are the steps that is required? While the Congress's manifesto, the Nyay Patra as they are calling, is focusing more on SOPs, more on ensuring there is money in the account, especially of the poor and underprivileged women. I think Bharatiya Janata Party is looking at what steps needs to be taken, structurally what can be changed to make India world's third largest economy. As far as cultural nationalism goes, I think 2047, the day India completes 100 years of being independent from British rule, that is also a cut-off point. So you could find some mention of what India is planning, Bharat rather, as Bharatiya Janata Party, likes to call, use the second name for the country. How are they planning to develop Bharat culturally in the run-up to that grand centenary celebration? Because Bharatiya Janata Party is not looking at this election as a one-off election. They're looking at a continuous process of nation building. So both economy and cultural nationalism could be big focus of this Sankalp Patra with Bharatiya Janata Party is coming out with. Two of the key areas which they have repeatedly mentioned earlier, Kashmir, Article 370, that will not be a part of this manifesto, having already been achieved. A uniform civil code, Aman has already touched upon, but we are expecting, some kind of a clarity on UCC as well. That would be the big ticket program for the Bharatiya Janata Party if they come in the third term for the 5 years that they will be in power.
All right. Arunima, please stay with us. Arun has been waiting for us very patiently for so long. Arun, now coming to you with the question of Manifesto Committee, which was headed by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and other dignitaries. They have already met twice in the past to sort of give out the content for the manifesto. What more details do we have emerging from those two previous meetings?
Well, see, it has been an exhaustive exercise for Bharatiya Janata Party, and in fact, therefore, we saw that two meetings of this manifesto committee happened, which was led by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. And remember that BJP has ensured that there has been public participation in formulation of their Sankalp Patra, and therefore we are told that more than 15 lakh suggestions they've got across the country